Hi, hello, hello. We have another new chapter of One Punch Man, or I guess perhaps not really a new chapter per se, but a new update, which is good enough. I'm assuming until the fight between Psychos and, at this point, almost everyone is concluded, we're probably just going to keep getting updates to the same chapter, which is something we've seen with other big climactic fights and moments and stuff in the past. Okay, so we continue our insane Top Gun-esque action. This is an absolutely amazing shot. Just look at the way the tower winds up. You know, this is kind of like the representation of the battle thus far. It being the monster headquarters, then twisted up by Tatsumaki. But then next to it, looking like the double helix of DNA, in a similar fashion to how Psychos and her like initial connection with Orochi kind of looked like neurons in the brain and stuff. Here we get another little visual teaser. The double helix of DNA spiraling up even further past the Monster Association headquarters, transcending the battle up until this point. Pretty wild. It's just two fighter planes fighting each other. It's like at first Murata and One wanted to draw all of those dogfight tropes and kind of pay homage to all the great dogfights through cinematic history. And now they want to go even further with their own kind of super parody of those tropes. Just look at the double heel. That's so cool. What an amazing shot. And this is just page one. So Genos crash lands back down. He's in much better shape than I thought he would be, honestly. That he can still do the superhero land. You know, I can't replicate it, you know. Um, a real motley crew of S-class heroes watching him land. Give me the details later. Tornado trapped the boss of the Monster Association in a huge barrier, and Drive Knight is currently fighting it. Tornado is approaching her limit, going to head back in for support. God damn, you're gonna head back in for support? I'm really curious just how strong Genos is compared to the rest of S-Class now. Will he achieve the goal that Saitama set out for him of what, top 5 in S-Class, top 10 in S-Class? And it's kind of interesting because in the webcomic he hasn't. But in the webcomic, at least not explicitly, has he received this many upgrades and performed this many extremely high-powered feats. So I wonder, is he going to get screwed out of his probably well-deserved promotion at this point? Or are they just going to kind of like subvert his rank in the webcomic? As far as I know, he's not top 10 in the webcomic or anything. Guys, please help out too. Okay, try my air blade. That's something. I gotta wonder, like, for people who don't read the webcomic, sorry if there's any of you watching out there, I kind of assume there aren't, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who read the Murata version but haven't read the webcomic. Do they think that this is the climactic battle of all of Monster Association? Do they think that, like, Natural Evil Water and Black Sperm and stuff, that those guys were kind of just, like, decoys, red herrings, and that they've been sort of unceremoniously off-screened by Tatsumaki's attack? Because it would be quite reasonable for them to think that. But did they forget about Garo? Anyways, I just think it's interesting because like now we're even seeing Atomic Samurai and Child Genius and Pig God who are fighting these still at large dragon level monsters, helping out in this battle too. It feels more and more and more like the super mega climax. Now, Pig God is doing something extremely disgusting here that I can't even comment on. These are all the... it's Atomic Samurai sidekicks, who I guess didn't have transponders, that they didn't get bubbled out by Tatsumaki. I don't know, or maybe they lost their transponders. And then the mercenaries, who had been controlled by Super S or whatever. And Zombie Man was there too. Zombie Man, of course, in really, really rough shape during his battle with Homeless Emperor. I guess he lost his transponder at some point, which makes sense. He didn't end up chesting Zombie Man. These are a nice moment of levity in these mega climactic times. Sword Spinner safe too. Pay that. I'm still not worthy of the S class. You can't reach it from here. Gotta think of something else. Hmm. And then just as he's saying, just as he's having this moment of reflection of the gulf between him and S-Class, he looks up and sees his mentor, Atomic Samurai, one of the forefront of the S-Class, struggling valiantly, struggling in vain to send his air slashes up at the supersonic fighting force of two fighter jets. It's an amazing shot. It really, I think, has like the passion of a samurai somehow encoded into it. Just other kind of long-standing tropes that Murata and One like to just subtly exercise in moments like this. Just the idea of him standing there amid the rubble, taking swings as best he can straight up into the air. It seems to speak to decades of practice of the discipline of the blade and stuff. So what is he seeing when he sees his sidekick emerge? AI breaks down crying. Atomic Samurai is... It seems I managed to stay alive. You did well. Nice. A nice moment. A real nice moment. Doesn't this feel like the climactic battle? I'm really trying to put myself in the perspective of someone who hasn't read the webcomic. Would I be tricked at this point into thinking, after they beat Psychos and Orochi, the Monster Association arc is over? Whoa, Tank Top Master starts pulling people out of the rubble. Very good. These A-class heroes, Heavy Kong, Lightning Max, whatever that guy's name is, and someone whose name I don't know if we know. It's Magic. Tank Top Magic. No, I like this. I like that they just spend some time showing off the heroes in various capacities, their humanity, their sentimentality, that closeness, then just their raw strength, their heroism, their willingness to just keep at it. Yeah. Licenseless Rider was on the way back from the hospital, and Tank Top Master had come out of the hospital too. Right. A medical heli. Uh-oh. That's a medical heli, but something else is coming in fast too. Drive Knight versus Psychos. Ooh, this is a cool shot. First, we get to see Drive Knight's perspective. Let's really break this down, because I think, when a very clear example of kind of manga power comes along like this, it's good to try to learn from it. So we follow the action first on the ground, these guys talking, the medical heli, and then Sneck noticing the planes flying in from behind. We kind of see his perspective, and then this shot of Drive Knight puts us in Drive Knight's perspective. And then here we have this beautiful three-panel shot of the same event, somewhat sequentially forward in time, but just barely, from three different perspectives. Starting with Drive Knight's perspective, it's not, from within his cockpit, but it's certainly kind of the orientation of his viewpoint. And then how this looks from the people below. Again, not quite from their perspective, but from the perspective of as if you were another bystander, as if you were also standing around at that spot. And then, and this one is my favorite, this shot is just godly, from the medical helicopter. All these wonderful little details in the panel and stuff, the control panels and stuff that is, looking out the windows down at this laser impact, the laser hitting Tatsumaki's barrier. It's just a really well done, very cinematic, very well kind of like transitioned into three-point perspective that I think really emphasizes kind of the scale and power of the attack. Not that the scale or power of this attack is anything compared to what we've seen in the last few chapters, but really situating it, what it would be look like to see it from the people who are around. And this is all just done through the power of manga. I can't really picture this being done as well in like cinema and anime and things that move at their own pace. Rather, the feeling of just studying these three shots and kind of putting together the scene in your mind is something that is unique to comics, I think. It's very beautiful. Okay, so they're flying around and it's an invisible wall right there. Okay, cool. Yeah, they learned. Good lesson. This is so cool. Just this whole idea of like the ramifications of these big attacks on the ground. on the scale of these forces. Go this far must be a serious situation. And that terror. Head over there to support Tornado. You stay here and continue with the rescue operations. Makes sense. That's a good distribution of people. Ho ho ho! Cool! Damn, this guy's strong. Find a way to transport the injured to the hospital immediately. What's he gonna do? He's gonna throw it, and then grab the cable and ride on it like it's Breath of the friggin' Wilds. Does that make any physical sense in reality? Is that a thing people can do? Throw something and then get pulled along by the force of their throw? Does that sound possible? I feel like nobody's done that IRL. I don't think that's an IRL thing. It's a really cool idea, though. These shots are just fantastic. Look at him just chuck it. I think they're really doing a good job with Tank Top Master as a character. Like he's almost like a joke character at first, and you don't really see how he distinguishes himself from like Prisoner and some of the other just big hit guys. And while they get like a lot of quirks and character development, like Prisoner and Dark Alloy Shine and stuff, Tank Top Master was sort of lacking. But I think they're doing a great job in just kind of showing off his heroics and kind of this straightforward brute strength. No tricks. I'm just gonna throw it and ride along. This kind of diversity in how he uses his strength. Great, great, great. Is that also related to the tank top? I should wear a tank top as well. And Moomin Rider just standing there, kind of proud. Like, yeah, that's the sort of hero I want to be. Okay. All sorts of stuff is happening. Are they cooperating? Hell yeah, they are. That's the new face of S-Class. The S-Class that doesn't fight amongst themselves, but teams up. Hey! I knew I'd seen something like that before in Dragon Ball. What was this guy's name? He was part of the Red Ribbon Army. He was like a big boss of an arc or something. He had a classic kind of kung fu-esque sort of name, I think. We'll do a little research. I knew I'd seen something like that before. Yeah, he throws the pillar, then he rides on the pillar. Who is in the Red Ribbon Army? Oh yeah, they all had... Yeah, that's right. They all had just colors and stuff. Can I get some pictures? No, no, no. Oh, yeah, Tao. Tao Pai Pai. Tao Pai Pai, that's right, that's right. This guy. And his big old log. Alright, cool chapter, fun stuff. As I said, I just really like that they're spending the time to revel in the heroics of all these more minor characters. But yeah, like, let me know. What do you think? If you're just reading the remake and you hadn't read the webcomic, what do you think is going to happen after this fight? Like, what would you think? Because it really, really seems in every way, shape, and form that they're making it, like, the climax. There's even, like, lessons being learned and stuff, you know? That Atomic Samurai is like, ooh, they're cooperating. You're like, yeah, that's, like, character development. There's so much more, though. There's so much more! I'm so excited. Okay. Please look forward to the next update. I'm hoping it'll be similarly closely spaced. Bye-bye for now.